Hello, my ladies and pretty gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Look What's Happening in the Spirit Realm with yours truly, Light. Today, I have a special message about your positioning and just a few things that I've gotten over the past few days regarding certain people that could currently be holding back from you, or the idea that you've carried for so long about where you are placed regarding you having to wait, right? Everybody else's feelings and their emotions and what they need is always taken into careful consideration. But when it comes to you, people feel like you can wait. You don't need this right now. You are okay. Your milestones, your heart's desires, all of these things are important, but not more important than the weaker links, the people around you that are unable to easily forgive, the people around you that are more human and treated like they are more human than you. Only you will understand this, lover, because there has been a misconception of who you really are. And this video is here to straighten it out, iron out all the kinks, and let you know exactly where you stand in terms of even how karmics are actually currently viewing you. And you will be surprised. So, with that being said, I think it's about time that you sit back, relax, grab a cup of tea or coffee, and stay in tune. I've been hearing over the past few days, there has been a certain way that you've handled yourself. And that's not even being taken into consideration. What I'm receiving over the past few days is exactly how the people that you have interacted with, those who I would like to call divine people or playing characters, not the non-playing characters who are basically lives that have not been yet occupied by souls. So these are the people that I would usually like to call karmics, in my opinion. So I've been kind of beating this topic around for the past week or maybe even more regarding where you are in terms of the soul connections that you have coming into your life right now. So I'm speaking about this from a perspective of both the villain and the victim, like I always kind of do, to be honest with you, because I have been the bully and I have been bullied as well. So what I'm seeing and hearing is this. For the past few days, I don't know who this message is for, but a karmic has been telling, in a way, a karmic has been acting out of character regarding you, lover. And this message is not for everyone. A karmic has been speaking about you in a way that, frankly, is allowing them to transition from a state of stagnation into a higher level of consciousness. Given that they stick to what they have said about you. So these are the karmics that I'm talking about. These karmics that I'm speaking about, are those karmics that have, like I've mentioned, sort of swarmed your soul family and made you, again, last to be considered, as usual. So what has happened is, of course, you have kind of gotten used to this role that you're playing, so you've moved away, you've let the chips fall where they may. So these people, these karmics, this is what I heard yesterday loud and clear. If you really, really, truly love this person the way that I have seen you love them, if you have any intention on having any connection with said lover, you, this person, this is what this karmic is saying about you, I suggest that you do it now or forever hold your peace. I don't know who this message is for. It's certainly not for me. And this is what I've been hearing. There has been a war that's being waged between how, I want to say, you are inspiring karmic connections to evolve because of your interference in them. Now, what these karmics are kind of going through is a dilemma, because a lot of them have spent a lot of energy and time giving their body, their mind, selling themselves short to these quote unquote divine partners, which have a very, very blocked intuition. And these karmic partners have, in a way, they saw something in you, or the way that your divine partners view you, which is quite normal. It's not a very unique thing how divine partners look at each other. It's almost like they're the only people that exist and see each other. So your divine partners have been trying to suffocate, stifle, and ignore the feeling that they have about you. And the karmics that they are running to are telling them, I'm not your hiding place. Like, I'm not going to be used by you. This is for some of them. Some of them have realized that they have been underserving themselves. They have not been receiving the kind of treatment that, even though you are being treated less than good, my dear divine lover, these karmics are witnessing these divine partners looking at you and treating you in a very unique and special way, regardless of the fact that they might show you this or not. This is where these karmics are right now. A lot of them had a completely fine agreement with each other. Like, this is something I faced last year around this time. They have a completely fine relationship with each other, right? A lot of them could even be, in and out of each other's lives. Like, they know nobody can take the place that they hold in each other's lives. These are karmic stagnant connections between divine ones and karmic people. Or, as I like to call it, non-playing characters. Not all of them are that way. Just keep that in mind. But now, these divine partners are literally trying to hide their true feelings. They're trying to hide the fact that their aura has changed, that their energy, like their frequency, has heightened. And they're treating them, they're not as close to them that they used to be. They're not as communicative as they used to be. Some of them are even withholding sexual intercourse because they feel a sense of, I want to say, like, stepping out, even though they may not have anything with you, divine partner, because some of you have not even met them. You've just kind of encountered them. But these karmic people are beginning to, some of them are wearing your persona, meaning if they were having sex with these people before, they're withholding. They're saying no. No, you have this divine partner at a pedestal, and here I am. I have been raw donkeying you for about years now, and they didn't even care for commitment. Mind you, these people did not give a shit about commitment until you came around with your quote-unquote psychotic standards, your quote-unquote delusional futuristic plans, your idea of, spirit has led me here and only my wife and only my husband shall touch me. This redonkulous idea that you have brought forward, you have carried into these connections. Let me tell you, some of your divine partners have, in fact, conversed about this with their karmic fuck buddies. For some of them, it's just a relationship, to be honest with you, for some of them. And for some of them, it's a divorce that isn't even a divorce. Like, it depends on you, but they're karmic connections nonetheless. So they have brought, your divine connections have brought what you have brought into the table with them, what you have told them into their karmic connections. And more often than not, these people think, right, these divine partners think these karmics won't be jealous. They won't feel a way. They won't feel like they're being iced out because they actually get them more than you do, right? You are the one who is sidelined. You are the one who's being pushed to the side and waiting, expecting to receive basically nothing, while they're the ones who are getting their undivided attention. They're the ones who can guilt trip them up the wazoo. They're the ones who get their children. They're the ones who get them to be sleeping next to them. They're the ones who They're the ones who eat breakfast with them. They're the ones who do what they do with them. Yet somehow these karmics have found it unbearable that you seem to have usurped and completely warped the perception, the philosophy of what a relationship is because of your high standards. You, my dear, are the blueprint, the canvas that these karmics are following in order to create some kind of utopia in a connection that they didn't care about previously until you came in. It's funny to me because this is half of the karmics with the divine connections, and the other half of the karmics are the ones that are literally following your footsteps. These karmics are the ones who felt so disgusted by themselves, and this is not coming from an offensive place on behalf of me. They felt disgusted by themselves. They felt like, here I am, settling for mediocre, settling for less, giving my body, my mind, and allowing these quote-unquote divine partners to literally have me whenever they want. And I never even asked for my just deserves. I never even asked for a full commitment. Yet here is this divine partner just being themselves, and you haven't even known these people for too long, right? This is how divine partners work. Yet these divine partners have witnessed you, seen you, and they have you at a separate category. The way that they perceive you is very separate. Like, you are not like anybody they've met before. They will not treat you in the way that they have committed to other people before, which will make you feel more often than not like you are being neglected, like you're not being cared for. But the funniest fucking thing is, you are so cared for. You are so paramount. They have plopped you in the center of their connection, and you haven't even asked for that. Most of you don't even know that some of your divine partners have karmics lying around, just speed dial away. You don't even know that. But this is what's happening because of you. Let me just scroll through my notes a little bit here. I'm only a person. This is the thing, right? These quote-unquote karmics, as judgy as a term that is, they're not jealous of your beauty or your success or your whatever it is, your money. They're not jealous of that, okay? They're not jealous of that. They're inspired by you. They're inspired by the fact that you are the one who is walking the walk of the talk that they talk. They might dress the way that they want to be perceived, but you could be in rags, yet you are perceived in the way that they dress. I really hope that is making sense. You are inspiring a very massive shift. And when I say there's a lot of trouble in, like they call it here in the spiritual community, Karmicville, there's a lot of trouble in Karmicville. And for the most part, I know my divine lovers out there, you feel like you are under considered, that you don't matter, that people aren't really taking your heart into consideration because they're putting other people in other situations above you. But more often than not, you have been put on a pedestal. And this is why you feel like you're not being cared for. It's because people are basing the way that they're receiving the treatment that they're receiving off of you. Meaning, the karmics are looking at the way these divine partners are looking at you, even though they haven't uttered a single word about how they feel for some of them. It's the way that they're approaching you, the carefulness, the consideration, the fear that they have regarding losing you. These are all the things that they may not have considered with their karmic partners, and now their karmic partners are being put in a position to see themselves in a light that they don't want to. So some of them are deciding that this is a severance point for them. that they're no longer going to be used as a placeholder, a comfort blanket, but some of them are going the other direction, meaning they're guilt tripping these divine partners into commitment, even if they didn't want it previously. They're coming back to them. If they were settling a divorce, now they want to actually stay married. If they were just having sex, now they want a marriage. This is what's happening because they're looking at you and the way that you're being treated, and they're feeling used up. This is the fucking truth. They're feeling used up. Like, I'm here literally servicing you, said a divine partner, and you haven't even touched said other divine partner. You haven't even known divine partner, and yet you are switching up on me. Your vibration is changing. This is what these divine partners are going to realize later down the line. Let the crazy lady be the crazy lady. I'd rather be a crazy lady than a fool. I'd literally rather be a crazy motherfucker than a fooled fucker. So this is what these divine partners are going to realize later down the line. I have made this video last video, but this is kind of coming back to the point of them not knowing. This is a high priestess in the reverse moment for them, meaning they're being deluded. Their intuition is very, very turned down regarding you because of their fear, their ego. But this is the moment that is going to tip the scales later down in the future, because these divine partners are going to realize, wait a minute, this karmic only wanted to commit to me because they knew how I felt about this divine partner before I knew it for myself. Do you see how this works? So now you, my dear lover, are sitting in a position where you are impacting a karmic connections in two different ways. One way is you are literally being the blueprint, the example for a karmic to decide to shift into being in their divine truth. Meaning this is for those of you who the karmic is saying literally to the divine partner, you have changed. I have never seen you feeling this way about anyone. I have never seen you caring. You can fool them, but you can't fool me. This is what I was hearing word for fucking word yesterday. You can fool them, but you can't fool me. I can't believe you've made them think that you don't care about them, because you have not been the same since you've met them. And I would not be serving myself if I were to let you use me as a buffer. I'm going to leave. Some of these karmics, guaranteed it's a small portion, are literally walking away from these divine partners. Hence brings me back to the point that I made yesterday, or the other video before this one, about how these divine partners will be without the karmic and also without the divine connection because of this decision that they have made out of fear, out of their ego, and out of a need to control you. You are a rogue source who you think that you are not being considered. You think that you are last to be considered. But the fact is, you are so considered that you are making such an impact without even knowing it. I hope this message came across. And I'm going to leave it here. I want to make an official warning. I don't reach out to you for readings. I don't give my phone number on TikTok, on YouTube. Please be advised, I never talk or reach out. Those are scammers. Please be advised. If you want any communication with me regarding a private reading, whatever the case might be, my email is in the description box for that purposes, because scammers are real and I don't reach out. So with that being said, I hope you have a lovely Monday, and let me know if this video resonated for you.